Hi everyone. Today's topic is obstacles. What are the two obstacles that are standing in your way to commanding a $200,000 plus salary as a technical manager? And before I get to sharing exactly what those obstacles are, and there's some formidable obstacles, there are many dragons to slay on the path towards claiming that dream career, on the path toward commanding, deserving a 200K plus salary as a tech manager. But I want to explain why this topic came to mind and why I want to talk about it. Because I've had lately, I've had these two very parallel thoughts. One of them was about when we think of work and having conversations with people, that when we think of work, what usually comes to mind? And for a lot of people, especially folks who reach out to us for help, when you think of work, you think of stress, you think of worry, you think of frustration, anger, the daily grind, feeling like you're in a hamster wheel and can't escape, feeling like a pawn, feeling like you're stuck, feeling like you have golden handcuffs, and if I could just remove those golden handcuffs, then everything will be better. And sometimes it's apathy. Like maybe you're not there yet in terms of absolute stress, absolute anger, and you're just kind of apathetic. You're just like, oh, ho hum, this is okay, but it could be better. But what you really want is empowerment. You want excitement. You want courage. You want to claim that courage and that commitment and that confidence and that joy. You want to find joy in your work again. And it also reminds me of the quote, do what you love and you'll never have to work a day in your life. Find your calling, find your purpose, and it doesn't feel like work. It flows so beautifully. And that's really what we all want. And that's really when and this is the second parallel thought, when I've been reflecting on the hundreds of clients that we have had the honor to serve and the honor to help, our technical manager, technical leader clients who came to us frustrated. Mad as hell, not going to take it anymore. I will not be apathetic anymore. I will not settle for mediocre. And it was our honor and privilege to stand by their side as they claimed that dream, as they said, I am not going to listen to the naysayers who say that it's not possible to earn 200, 300K or more as a technical manager. I know that it's possible for me. And we give them the strategies and the systems and the support, everything that they need in order to get there. And really, what that is, it's about not looking at work like it's a frustrating thing, like it's just this thing you have to do. No, I want to. It's my purpose and it's my calling in life. That's why I'm here. It's why I was put on this universe, to find that joy again. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. That's what claiming your dream career is about. And at the end of the day, it's really about choosing to take ownership. And when you choose to take ownership over your career and you have an expert guide, that's who we are at the People Stack. That's what Rob and I do, is we're your expert guide through the choppy waters, through the winding roads, over the scary bridges of that path, of that journey toward more contribution than you ever thought you were capable of, having more of an impact at work as a technical leader than you ever thought you were capable of, and getting more recognition than you ever thought that you could receive, and you receive it with an open heart because you know that you deserve it. And so that's what it's about. It's about taking that ownership, and you put together taking ownership over your career with having an expert guide and the strategies and the systems and the support to get there, and the kinds of results that you can achieve, which is evidenced by the kinds of results that our clients have achieved. So, just to name a few, I have some below in the text, so if you want to read those, but like just to name a few off the top of my head, we had a client who was shooting for a 20% raise, but apparently that wasn't good enough. He got a 30% raise. And so this was after, he knew he was just settling for mediocre. Like, he didn't really even know what he wanted. He was kind of dabbling in project manager kind of jobs and other kinds of management kinds of jobs, and didn't really know what it was that he wanted to do. But once he found his calling, he went on the job market and he landed a job at 30% more than what he was earning before that. Or we had a client who, it wasn't necessarily about the money, although he did earn more money along the way, because that's incidental, as one of my clients once called it. The money is incidental, right? What's on purpose is your impact, and you show up every day. I'm going to be the best leader that I can possibly be. I'm going to become the best version of myself. Incidentally, I got a promotion to VP. And this is what happened to one of our clients who came to us trying to break into senior management, yes, but also wanted more freedom for himself so that he could travel the world. And so, yes, he got that promotion, but what he also got was he was able to negotiate a 100% work from home arrangement so that he can work from wherever he wanted to. So it was better than he had ever dreamed of, because he took ownership and because he overcame these two obstacles that I'm just about to talk about. And just to give one more example of, someone who was, for example, just wanting to, oh gosh, there's so many examples that are going around my head right now. Which ones do I have below? The negotiating the work from home arrangement, 30% more, yeah, there was, a 25% raise when this person had never gotten anything more than a 5% raise before that, was not getting recognized, didn't know how to evangelize her excellence. And so she was able to do it. And so where everyone starts, these are not, I'm not a magician, Rob's not a magician. I can't just wave a magic wand and say, poof, here's that raise. Poof, here you go, 100% work from home. Poof, here you go, here's that hell yes OMG job. It doesn't work that way. You show up, you take ownership, and we do it together. Because trust me, we get it. We've been there ourselves, where you're starting frustrated, not getting recognized for the work that you're doing, knowing that there has to be a better way, but really getting so sometimes angry and sad and frustrated at the world that you see other people with less experience than you getting raises and promotions. What do they know that I don't? I have more experience than they do. It hurts to get passed over like that. And really just to know that you're an expert in your field. You're an expert in whether it's software engineering, hardware, IT, data analytics, you name it. But yet, you're not an expert in self-promotion. You're not an expert in knowing how to communicate your value. You're not an expert in knowing how to negotiate or any of the other skills that are involved in really building your excellence and learning how to evangelize it so that you can not only have more of an impact, but get recognized for it as well. And so we get it. We've been there. All of our clients started there. But then they took ownership. They booked a call with us, and they were like, let's slay those dragons. Let's do this together. And what I want to talk about right now or what those two things are. So what are the two obstacles? When we take a look at the hundreds of clients that we've been able to take from frustrated and hitting a ceiling, I'm running in circles, I cannot break into senior management for the life of me, I can't figure this out, I keep going on interviews and they keep telling me no, or my boss won't even listen to me, he won't advocate for me, and I can't do this unless I work 90-hour weeks, I can't figure it out. 2, 30% raise. 2, I'm VP now. 2, and I'm doing all of this and I have more time than I did before when I was making less money and had less impact. How do you go from there to there? You have to slay the dragons along the way and you have to get over those obstacles. And the two biggest obstacles that we have noticed, the biggest things when questions come up like, how do I get there? What's next? What's getting in the way? Number 1, fear. And number 2, ego. Fear and ego are the two biggest obstacles in the way toward you commanding a 200K plus salary as a technical manager and having more impact than you ever dreamed of. Number 1, fear. The worst thing about fear is that we think we shouldn't have it. We think that we shouldn't be scared. You look at that 200K number and yeah, maybe it's a little scary to you. Maybe it sounds ridiculous to you and it brings up a little bit of, I don't want to, I can't do that, or that's not possible. That's all fear. That's fear talking. And we think that we shouldn't have it. We think that, if I'm scared of something, then that means, I must have to run the other way and settle for making 100K a year. When I know that I'm worth more, but, no, that's scary. Fear is simply our brain's way of letting us know, pay attention to this, right? And if it was actually a dragon in front of you, or a saber-toothed tiger, or something that actually is going to hurt you, then yeah, fight or flight, right? Fight or flight, right? But when you look at it this way, it's almost ridiculous. Like, you look at a number like $200,000 a year. That's a little scary. Or something similar to that comes up. I can't do that. You're lying, Jen, that doesn't work. That's all fear. That's all fear talking. And it's almost silly. Like, it's a number, right? You're scared at a number and you laugh at yourself about it. And look, it happens to everyone. I'm saying this because I'm making fun of myself, right? We've all been there. We look at a number, we look at something that's just objective and we're scared of it. And we think we shouldn't be. Anything worth doing is scary. Any goal worth reaching, worth attaining, yeah, it's gonna be scary. If your goals don't make you at least a little bit scared, then you haven't set them high enough and you're just settling. And you're here for a reason, and I don't think it's because you want to settle. I think it's because you want more and you deserve more, you just don't know how to get it. And that's why you're here right now. So that's number 1, fear. Fear is getting in the way. And it's about having those conversations with yourself and not letting yourself bullshit yourself into thinking that, no, it's not fear. It's because I'm right. It's because it's not possible. I have hundreds of references that it is possible to earn, to command a 200K plus salary, to have that amount of impact as a technical manager. So I know it's true. But whether you choose to believe me or not, that's up to you, right? But if what's coming up is, I don't believe you, that's not possible, and then we BS ourselves into thinking that that's not fear, it's just, you're wrong. That person is just wrong, spewing nonsense. So don't allow yourself to fall into that BS trap of that's not fear, it's fear. And it's okay, that means you want to do that thing. And so you can't let it get in the way. And the number 1 sort of best weapon against fear is a system. It is a process for taking action. Is that confidence to take action and move forward and blast through it and say, okay, fear, I hear you. I'm paying attention, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to show you wrong, and I'm going to prove you wrong. And taking action. That's the number one weapon against fear, is to move forward anyway, because I'm scared of a number. I'm scared of having more impact. I'm scared of having more balance in my life. No, I'm going to do it. Maybe I need help to do it. Great. Then you seek that help and you get it. So that's the number one thing that gets in the way, is fear. The number two obstacle that gets in the way towards, especially of the clients that we work with and the questions that come up, the number two obstacle that gets in the way toward, commanding, that keeps technical managers from commanding 200K plus salaries. Number two, ego. Ego gets in the way. And this shows up in so many different ways. So it can show up when I say the number. I absolutely believe that you can command a 200K plus salary. I'll say that to a client or a potential client. Oh, no, I can't. No, that's not possible for me. I can't do that. And then you come up with a whole bunch of excuses. I can't do that because I don't live in San Francisco. I can't do that because I don't have enough experience. I can't do that because I'm in IT. I'm not in software. IT is different. That's not possible for me because I don't like money. It's not about the money. That's all ego getting in the way, because really what you're saying is me, 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 me. And you're giving yourself a bunch of excuses, when really this isn't about you at all. Your salary is a reflection of the value that you're adding to the world. And let's be more specific here. It's a reflection of the value that you're adding to your organization and to your team. It's a reflection of the help that you're giving others. So that salary, that number, whether it's 100K a year, 200K a year, $500,000 a year, $1 million a year, it's not about you. It's a reflection of the help, the value that you are adding. So for you to say and to come up with a bunch of excuses for why it can't happen because I, me, how dare you deprive other people of the help that you know that you can give them? Because that's what you're doing. You're saying, no, I can't help this team up level. I can't help this organization develop these awesome IT solutions. I can't help this organization, come up with a better way of looking at their data analytics so they can make the data work for them, as opposed to the other way around. You're being selfish by doing that. So because a lot of people say, oh, well, I don't want to be selfish. I'm very humble. I don't need to earn 200K a year. 100 is enough. But by saying that, you're making it all about yourself. What about